Good evening. Oh, it's Thursday. Oh, gosh. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Hey, loves. It's 7 p.m. in Arizona, so it's time for our daily reading. We have made it. We done made it. Today's the last day of October. Oh, my gosh. Can you believe it? Can you believe? Hey, Cynthia. Y'all, we made it to the last month of October doing these readings. I can't believe it. October 31st it is. Yep, we made it. Like, we've been showing up every freaking day. Melanie Beatty. It's a powerful book, you guys. If you haven't had a chance to get it, to read it with us, you have got to make sure you join us for the next book we're going to be reading. And the next book is going to be this one. We'll actually be starting to read this one starting this Sunday, November 2nd. Okay. November 2nd. Okay. So, we're still in October, though. So, we moving along. People are over here feeling great, they're feeling great, they're looking great, and it's really about being able to show up for yourself in terms of what you need to do for you mentally and physically, right? So it's not just a physical thing, it's also a mental challenge to be consistent and showing up. Good evening, Queen. To be consistent and showing up for yourself. So you got your physical challenge, then you got your mental challenge. The mental challenge, welcome in, baby. The mental challenge that I think is the harder part. I think it's harder to show up for your mind than it is for your body. I think the reason why most people can lose the same 100 pounds over and over and over is because they keep their mind disconnected from their body. Thank you so much, Queen. So it's easier for you to fall on and fall off when your mindset is not really engaged and you're doing it for habit. So when the habit runs out, so do you. And I think that when the mind is in it, I think that what happens is when the body is most tired, the mind shows up and does the emotional stuff so that when the body can re-engage, you haven't fallen down so low, I think. What y'all think? Thank you, Brenda. What y'all think? That's what I think. I have been doing it a long time, though, so that's what I think. Hi, Moolah. I haven't seen you in a while. So that's kind of what my theory is right now. But of course, as I work with more women and meet more women from all over the country, different populations, y'all know I'm always seeing commonalities, right? And so most of the things I see is that it's a common thread for many of us is that it's not that we can't, we won't, and we don't. It's that when we do, it's not as easy as I'll say it is because there's tons of information, but it's not enough of the right information for what you need. Hi, Sean. How, yo? It's not enough. It's not the right information that you need to be successful. And that's the hard part. Is there's a lot of information, but if it's not the information that's going to equal your success, then it's just a lot of information. And so we learn to disseminate through the things and we take what we like and we leave the rest. So tonight's Freedom Friday is take what you like and leave the rest. Tap up the like button for me. Take what you like and leave the rest. And basically, what I mean by that is learn that some things can be for you, and some things nothing can be for you. Sometimes you can be in a space and nothing the person is saying is actually for you. So you just sit there, you just enjoy the space, and you engulf in it and learn from it. Then other times you'll be in a situation where everything going on is for you. You know, and that's kind of this beauty that life presents with us. And sometimes it's on your own, sometimes you're not. But you don't have to always be on in order to be perceived as perfected. And I think when we're doers, beers, shakers, and makers, there's this mentality that we have some form of perfection. Hi, Sharice. That like we have to be perfect. Like, oh, I can't not go help her because if I don't help her, then she ain't gonna have nobody help her. Okay. Who helping you? Yes, I drink protein, baby. Hat Pink. Hi DNDYC 23. Hi Candy. I'm thirsty, y'all. Thank you, Queen. So I think not only is it okay for us to learn that we get to hit a break, I think it's okay for us to learn that it's not just saying no, it's removing the space for people to ask. I'm 60. Can I get in shape? Yes, you can, Sharice. Sharice, my whole entire I'm giggling because I only work with older women. Hey baby. Hi Naya. I only work with older women. Well, I work with all ages. Let me take that back because that's not true anymore. Because I recently got a whole bunch of young people, and they giving me a run for my money, baby. Woo! They don't read nothing, and then some read everything. No, I'm not a fitness coach. I'm actually a retired therapeutic behavior specialist and professional counselor that used to weigh 600 pounds that lost 470 pounds naturally. And so I teach people therapeutic mindset, food rewiring, and behavior modification to help modify their behaviors around food and change their lifestyle so that they're able to lose the weight and keep it off. The method is not necessarily the issue, but the mindset behind the method is king. So that's what I actually help people with in 14 countries. So I'm actually a therapeutic weight loss specialist, which is different from a fitness coach because I don't teach workouts. We work out, but I don't teach workouts. Yeah. I can't wait to come home. Yeah. That's okay, baby. Sharice, that's like once you learn what your body is lacking and where your digestive issue is really coming from and what it stemmed from and what active enzymes and not and hormones are firing off. Once you get more information about your actual own body, you can actually make more informed decisions on what naturally can be done. A lot of times why read natural stuff doesn't work for us is because we don't have all the knowledge we need to know. Like, for example, someone was once shared with me, and this is my own story too. My medicine comes out of me whole. I said, so why would you keep going to add vitamins then? If you're not digesting one vitamin, what makes you think you're going to digest another one? It means you have malabsorption. Huh? Hmm? So sometimes it's really about thinking, like actually thinking, okay, wait a minute. If it doesn't if it doesn't work for B, then it doesn't work for C because it's the same spot, right? So what happens is first, now we know that you need a deep tissue, like a cellular cleanse at your core. And I'm not talking about detox. I'm not talking about pooping and peeing. I'm talking about actually pulling from the liver, kidneys, and the visceral fat toxins. They're called forever toxins, allowing them to slowly release the old toxins so that the body can then start to renew DNA cells during REM sleep, right? So it can function better. Now, because as we age, things stop working anyway. So if we age and things stop working anyway, and then you add our problems on top of it, yes, we have to do a little more work than we would normally do because you add age and your problems on top of it. And then together, you have a bigger problem, but it's not really a bigger problem. It's just a problem that you don't know all the sides to. So once you look at all the sides, you can say, okay, well, if I notice that I'm not digesting my food well and I'm not just digesting my medicine well, then if I go out and buy about a lot of things that require me ingesting them, then I'm not gonna then that can't be my method, my sole method for what I'm trying to achieve because I'm not absorbing the amount of nutrition and the medical medication that I'm inputting at the rate that I need to already. It's showing me when I look in the toilet. So now I need to start asking some questions to my doctors and stuff because that means all the treatment we're doing, I don't need to continue to act like I'm not dumb. If the medicine ain't working for one, it ain't working for two. It's the same space. So that means my doctor is not doing their job. Because if I went to the doctor and said all my stuff is in the toilet and he keeps giving you medicine, you don't think you want to call him to the carpet? You don't want. So you just cool. You cool with it? So because if you cool with it, because if you cool with being sick, then stay sick. But if you're not, then you have to start asking different questions. Because if you've been doing the same thing for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and your life is a piece of crap, you don't think you want to do something different, and you scared to do something different. You've been doing the same thing, running back and forth to these people nonstop, and nothing has changed. But you don't want to do nothing different and stick with it. But you claim you want to have a better quality life. No, say I'm addicted to being sick. I'm addicted to being a victim and I like the attention. Say that. Just say that. Just say that. Because some of us have fallen so low that we're afraid of what our life will look like if we get healthy. Because we done got so used to people taking care of us and doing for us that if we get healthy, we're afraid we ain't gonna have nobody. So we would rather stay sick. So we ain't following doctor's orders right. We ain't making doctor's appointments. We ain't following through or nothing. But yet we walk around hollering how sick we are, how we can't do nothing. Like make it make sense, pick a side. I did the same thing. I was literally sick in a wheelchair on oxygen. I had a certain medication regimen, but because the medication made me sleep, I wouldn't take it right. But I was still running to the doctor every week telling me how I wouldn't get better. I say I'm healthy, whole. I have no insurance. Amen. Amen. Baby, they just told me my insurance don't cover my life saving treatment. I'm fully all natural now. It's fine. What can I do? What can I do when I know that the earth has to have? If they can make it in a lab, there has to be a way for me to find it on the earth. You can't tell me that what they can find, that there's no possible way I can't find the natural persons of it. I'm 47. I'm almost 50. That's how I look at it. I'm 47. I look kind of young, I think. Someone told me they thought I was 30. I was like, I wish. Nope, 47. Oh, I have family, children, all that good stuff. Yeah. Most of my women are older. Their bodies have went perimenopausal, menopausal, which is a little bit different for you when it's weight loss like that. So you just kind of got to work a little differently. It's not necessarily calorie in, calorie out at that point because the hormones are all over the place and hormones are actually how you lose weight. So it's important that you have someone that understands the importance of working with the hormones while you're focused on your weight loss so that they can help you be able to push through the barriers because sometimes your plateau is going to be the hormones. Other times the plateau may be because you need to switch from cardio to resistance and etc. Intestinal failure. For you, love. For you, love. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. How you guys doing? Hey YouTube. Hey Instagram. Hey TikTok. At Facebook. What y'all out here doing? All right. So y'all know I always want to give a little. Hi Mocha. You guys know I always want to give a little educational stuff or inspirational or support in the beginning of the live. Y'all know I always am gonna do that. So if you tuned in for the reading, we are switching over to the reading shortly. But I like to give some information that you can use, some to empower you with questions that you can take to your providers, and you can say, "Hey, I've been on this train for this long. I've been going back and forth for this long. Can we start looking at the structural system of my body?" Because if we're doing all these things and nothing is changing, then maybe we need to go back down to ground zero. Because you see, what happens is if A's not talking to B and B's not talking to C and everybody's all driving their cars in different directions, how y'all ever gonna get on the same road? I want you to think about that. Tap the like button for me. Think about it. Because many of us right now are held under a doctor maze. Everything you say is let me talk to my doctor and I gotta go see my doctor. But if your doctor was doing that much, then you wouldn't be reaching out to other folk on social media for assistance. Think about that. Think about it, right? So you got empower yourself. Go do your research. Don't let nobody just keep giving you stuff. Ask questions. And you know that piece of paper they give you with the symptoms on it? Read it. Stop taking medicine and not reading the symptoms so you can learn if your medicines are contraindicated. It's not just their job to catch it, it's your job to catch it. It's your job to catch it too. Because if we're reading those papers, then oftentimes a lot of us are taking meds that say, if you take A, B, C, and D, don't take this. And then we'll say, well, the doctor prescribed it. He has to be right. No, I will be calling him and say, it tells me not to take this. What else do you have? Well, the insurance doesn't cover it. Well, you need to do a prior auth because this clearly says that I'm going to get sick if I do it. And unless this is sick care and unless you want me sicker, then you would work and do whatever work you need to do as the doctor to get the medicine that I can have approved. Are you following what I just said? Unless you intentionally want me sicker, then why won't you get the approval for me to get the medicine that I can have? Think about it. I want y'all to really start challenging yourself and thinking about these things so that it can then empower you to ask the right questions to get the right help that you need. Okay? Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Okay? Right questions, right help we need. Doc, we've been doing this for a minute. Doc, What do you think about a malabsorption? I've noticed this. Can we test for it, doc? Nurse practitioner. Do you think we can talk to my insurance company about getting this looked at? Doctor. I've noticed that I have some emotional stuff attached to food. Do you think we can look at getting a prior author approval for me to go see a psychiatrist for my mind around food? Maddie. So there's questions we can raise and ask them to the right people, so at least it's documented. And then so it'll empower you to know that you can advocate for yourself. You can ask, hi, cheeseburger. You can ask questions for yourself. It's okay if they don't got the answers. Just ask and keep asking until you get the answer that you need. Okay? October 31st, we made it. Okay. Something important is happening now. There's never a time when nothing is happening. Sometimes it's always taking place. Growth is occurring. We're evolving, transforming, working things out, incorporating our last lesson, preparing for our next. Something is happening. We just don't always see it. And that's how it's meant to be. When we know when we know too much too soon, it's easy to let our heads get in the way. We think we have to control, have to force, and have to make it happen. We think we have to do something. In a gentle but wise way, the universe takes into account our fears and our natures. It doesn't let us know too much too soon. It doesn't spoil the surprise. It doesn't want us to spoil it either. Open your heart to the universe. Trust that something is always happening, and often it's much different and better than you think. Melanie Beattie, Journey to the Heart. We made it into November. Queen, 62 days left. We made it, y'all. We made it into November. We made it to November. Tomorrow, November 1, you and me, same place. Maybe Saturdays, y'all. Sometimes I go earlier. Same place, same wacky channel, same you and me. We doing it, y'all. Listen, you know, it's not often that what I do. I actually, it's not true. My clients are always telling me how amazing my program is and how it's changed their life. And one of my old clients that I've worked with for almost 10 years restarted her journey with me. And so once she got fully enrolled and into the new portal that we offer, she simply sent me the most amazing. Thank you so much, Queen, for sharing your for saying that. And I know that you're saying it because you really mean it. I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna try to find it and see if I can read it. Let me see. I'm gonna just forward it to myself so that way I can put it on the other phone. Okay. I just want to share this with you all because I think sometimes I know for me, I forget what I do. You know, I forget that what I do is important, and it's I forget that all the hard work I've been putting in for years in my program, that people, it helps, it works. And so every now and then I'll get a beautiful message from someone like this. I just want to read it. Okay. So this is for anybody who's wondering what I do, thinking about my program, how it works. And once you get over here, you learn quickly that it's absolutely amazing. But it's because I put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Years. I just showed up for you. But I've been showing up for this movement. I've been dedicated to this movement. I've been going hard for people's voice to be heard in this space. I've been doing it. I'm just new to you. Okay. So it says, you have done an amazing work of giving people all the tools and skills they could ever need. I'm very proud of you and very proud to know you. You have provided a lot of work over the years while struggling with your own terminal illness to serve others. I think people forget that part. I think they forget that I'm showing up fighting this battle. Literally not knowing it today, I'm going to die. But I love what I do. And I love that families get to see food and nutrition differently. And that I'm leaving a piece of me in people's lives for generations to come. So for that, I'm humble. I have peace. Oh my gosh. It says, I provided a lot of work over the years while struggling with your own terminal illness to serve others. And I'm so honored to know and to be a part of your journey. Girl, I love you and I recognize your hard work. And that's why God blesses you every day. I'm honored to be in your presence. You were put in my life to get me straight year after year after year after year. And I greatly appreciate you. I love you, sis. And that's for one of my clients who's literally been with me year after year after year. Because I was given up on, and I know what it feels like to be given up on. So even when you don't want to fight, I'm still praying and I'm fighting for you. I'm praying for you. Because I know what it feels like that when you're suffocating in your own body and in your own situation, right? I know what that feels like. And even though I can't put words to it sometimes, I know it really well. Hi Tiara, yes, it's so beautiful. So that really to hear that from a client that has saw my company go from the spreadsheet with the meal plan on it to this, it's that's a that's a real testimony because she's been here. She was back. She was here when I was only on Zoom, when there was no member portal, when there was no community, private communities. There was none of that. Most have a tendency to forget. You had to go something to teach us something. I know. It's yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. And I think sometimes I make it look easy, right? But it's not me making it look easy. It's the higher power in me that makes it look easy. It's the higher power in me that makes it look easy. Okay. So I'm going to go to prayer line. It's Gethsemane hour and we're fasting this week. So I'm going to head on over to prayer line. And I'll always include you guys as I always do. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do what I do because I love, okay, so I do what I do because I love my Father in heaven enough to hopefully have an impact on earth that no one will ever have to get to the point I got to if they know a little bit more information. They don't have to get to a revelation with me, but if the information is floating around out there, that they will bump into it and give them an aha moment to ask the different questions, to raise the different suspicions about things so that the right help can be pursued and people can become what I like to say is on a journey of healing and recovery for food and obesity. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for November 1st. Don't forget the time change. I rise. It's 2 hours come Sunday. So on Monday, if you have an appointment with me, it's 2 hours, not three. It's okay. You know what? I'm gonna have a vacation for the next 2 weeks because none of my clients are gonna make it. None of them. For 2 weeks, it's every year. For 2 weeks or everywhere, I inadvertently have vacation. I go to every appointment and it's only me. Because the time difference throws them off so bad that by the time they realize they're doing something else, they can't. In order to receive, you have to serve, and you are a true servant. Thank you, Tia. I love you, Queen. Hi on the floor. How are you doing? I love you too, Queen. I love you too, TR. Thank you, TR. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for you guys. So you're kind. Thank you, TR, for your kind words. Thank you, 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 thank you. Okay, I really am going to pray because y'all, I want to be on there, baby. I done fasted all week. That's why I'm thirsty. Because I really did the fasting right, y'all. Mouth all parched. I really been trying to do it right. You know? So mouth is parched. Okay. So I'm excited. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to y'all. Yep. I'm going to stay on track so we can make it happen this weekend. Want to get a lot done. Love you guys. Bye, you guys. Have a good night. God bless you.